I've always seen bodybuilding exercises such as lateral raises, bicep curls. I've always seen them as a warm up. You're just using them to recruit the low hanging fruit or type 1 muscle fibers. Those are your smaller, more endurance based muscle fibers. And I think when people get confused about getting too big for sport, what they really mean is you're getting the wrong kind of big. And when you do bodybuilding exercises like dumbbells and lateral raises, um, that that type of training promotes a lot of type 1 fiber hypertrophy. This is my opinion. All right. So, of course, that might lead to things that you don't necessarily want to happen if you're a field athlete. You want to be fast, strong, and explosive. So my mindset in the gym is I want to train in a way that predominantly targets those type 2 muscle fibers. They're bigger, they're stronger, and I think when you do that, you can actually build a physique that's more impressive than you can build with a bodybuilding routine. Um, so here's the idea. If I'm going to go out and sprint, I'm not going to just start sprinting, right? We already know what muscle fibers sprinting recruits. So I will use some you're going to jog, you're going to warm up. That's kind of how I see bodybuilding. Chest flies. If I'm going to do bench press, I like to start with chest flies, tricep extensions. Today I'm doing overhead press. I'm going to start with lateral raises, tricep extensions. But I still don't love the idea of doing an exercise. And people in the comments would say, if you go to failure, you can induce some type 2 muscle. But that's after you completely exhaust and fatigue all these type 1 fibers. And so the fibers that hypertrophy the most, in my opinion, are going to be the ones that you don't want to hypertrophy, the ones that are counterproductive. So if I want the big ones, the strong ones that are going to help me play sport to get bigger, I want to find ways to add more specificity around type 2 fiber training. So if you think about a lateral raise, I'm just going to do a lateral raise. What I don't like about it is my intent. I have to control this dumbbell. I'm not trying to move it fast. One of the things you need to recruit those type 2 muscle fibers is the intent. You have to have the intent. With weightlifting, you're looking to move a bar fast, right? The size principle. It's only going to recruit the muscle fibers that are necessary. And when I do this, I don't feel like I'm telling my body I need anything. I feel like I'm telling it we're doing just fine. Let's just keep doing this. So I don't eliminate bodybuilding completely, but I do try to find ways to reduce that slow type of training. So one way for the lateral raise anyways, and this is lightweight, so it's not gonna really look as good as it would if I had bigger weights, but I don't wanna have to go slow right here. I don't wanna have to stop. Whenever I stop, that's counterproductive. I wanna accelerate long as possible. That's what people love about bands and chains. It allows you to accelerate longer. This deceleration, right, where I stop, it's counterproductive. So one thing I'll do is I'll take it all the way overhead. This to me is gonna be a little bit more specific to the type of training that I wanna expose myself to. It's still not enough, but I think it's better than stopping at the shoulder. So another thing I like to do to make that even better is I'll take a band, I'll run it around the rack like this. I'm gonna stand next to it, and this allows me to really push against, and now I can put a little bit more intent behind this lateral raise. Whether you believe me or not, this is my opinion. The band allows me to move fast, try to move fast. The resistance increases the higher I get. And so instead of this docile, I'm gonna stop without the band's kind of making me stop. And I can push against it. And I think when you look at training in that fashion, a lot of the traditional things that kind of go unquestioned, I think now you can start to look at them and say, maybe there's a better way of doing that. Or maybe I need to incorporate more of this style training if my goal is to be strong and explosive, or if you've been stuck where you just aren't satisfied with your growth. A lot of it can be changed if you just change your mindset in the weight room. And the mindset I think most people can adopt and see the largest benefit the quickest is adding these more aggressive type 2 fiber training styles into your training. If you haven't tried this, try it. I've already got a pump. I did like 6 reps. My shoulder feels like super pumped. Try stuff like this. It's unorthodox, and let me know how it feels, because every time I show somebody this, they'll do it and they'll tell me it feels amazing. So if you need something new in your life, try this lateral dumbbell raise. Let me know how it goes.